There is nothing wrong with coaching your MBA recommenders. In fact, MBA admissions offices encourage you to meet with your recommenders so that your foremost achievements are top of mind. So, we suggest that you not just ask your recommender for a letter and walk away, instead plan a coffee, remind them of your most significant accomplishments, and give them some guidance for how to write effectively. What guidance should you offer? Well, that's what we're here to discuss today. Hi, I'm Jeremy Shinewald, founder and president of mbaMission, and I've read thousands of MBA recommendations over my 20 years in this industry. I'm here to share 5 tips to ensure that you maximize your recommenders' impact. First, if you aren't sure who to pick for your recommenders, check out this video, which goes over your options. Our first tip, no bluster but anecdotes. Imagine someone wrote, "Jeremy is the most ambitious and hardest working guy in the whole world. He's so awesome that you have to admit it. He has my strongest endorsement ever." People do this. Are you exhausted by it? I am, and I'm Jeremy, okay? Your recommender is not here to cheerlead for you. These kinds of sweeping statements that are really just kind of empty are not going to impress the admissions officer, and more so, it's going to deprive them of a sense of who you are and what you've done. They'll just kind of understand that your recommender has nothing substantive to say about you. So, when you meet with your recommenders, push them to discuss anecdotes and to qualify strong statements with those anecdotes. Instead of writing, "Jeremy is the hardest working guy in the world," how about, "I've always been impressed by Jeremy's work ethic, and it really shined through when he committed to writing and recording a 100-part video admissions tip series in his first year on YouTube. Many would have just dipped their toes in, but not Jeremy. He went for the whole thing." You get the point. The story does the work here, not the bluster. Go with the anecdotes. 2, thanks but no thanks. Many MBA recommenders will smile when you ask them to write a letter and then just say, "Okay, will you write it and I'll sign it?" Be prepared to politely rebuff that offer. It just isn't helpful, and it could be quite damaging. First, you can't provide objective information about yourself. You just don't know enough about yourself as an outside party, and you won't give the AdCom the information they need. So if you write that letter, you're depriving them of the information they're asking for. Second, your writing is yours. This isn't an urban legend. MBA admissions offices scan letters and compare them to your actual writing. We're aware of cases where the same author comes up for both and an applicant is rejected. We're unaware of instances where the same author comes up and an applicant is accepted. So take our advice and don't write your own letter. Tip number 3, you're not perfect. Most letters require your recommender to share a time when they gave you constructive feedback because the admissions committees want to know that your recommender can be balanced in their thoughts, and because they also want to know that you're capable of looking inward and growing and improving. So your recommender shouldn't try to avoid providing an honest, constructive example, or worse, they should certainly avoid providing a disguised strength. Jeremy's problem is that his achievements are so vast that others become envious. That won't impress anyone. So we encourage your recommender to think of an actual time when he gave you truly constructive feedback. The feedback had a point and was meant to help you improve. It's okay if the feedback hurts a little bit. Again, you aren't perfect. What's important is that he/she can show that you took the action, worked on the problem, and mitigated it. So encourage them to be honest. Tip number 4, you're still not perfect. Most MBA programs will have your recommender complete a grid where they must rank you in a variety of categories relative to other applicants. They should not just tick the highest rating all the way down. If you're top 5% in everything, then it again may undermine the integrity of the entire letter. So for balance, they can tick many top-rated boxes and a few that are less so, in line with the constructive feedback they offer. If their constructive feedback is that you need to better communicate complex ideas that have improved, they shouldn't rate you top 5% in communication, as an example. Your job is to explain the grid system to them and to ensure that they're quite positive but appropriately balanced. Number 5, our last tip. Word count is a suggestion. We recommend that you follow the rules with the admissions committee almost always. Almost always. An exception is that you will not be penalized if your recommender exceeds the recommended word count in his or her responses. You can tell your recommender that if they have something substantive to say it. I wouldn't double the suggested word count, but if your recommender goes over by 50%, it's really not a big deal. Their job is to showcase your best, and if a school gives them the room to do so, they should try to be economical with their words, but if they need to take the space, take it. Okay, here is a final bonus tip for you, and it's one that you should not communicate to your recommenders. Give your recommenders fake early deadlines. 5 to 10% of recommenders need to be hounded and will submit their applications late. That isn't a lot of fun for you. If the actual deadline is September 10th, tell them that you're submitting on August 25th and ask them to be done by then. If they miss the 25th, sound the alarm. They'll get cracking and they'll make the actual deadline without you panicking. Trust us, this is some of the most important advice we can give you. A late rec can push you into the next round. You know your supervisors. If they can be lax with deadlines, ensure they are lax with the early fake deadlines. Okay, those are our 5 tips and our bonus tip for your recommenders. If you'd like more help with your letters of recommendation, download our free guide, which also includes a section to give your recommenders with detailed guidance and examples. You'll find the link in the description below. You'll also find a link to our free 30-minute consultation, which I highly recommend you sign up for. We'll give you our expert advice on anything from school selection to where you'll be competitive to who you should pick for your recommenders. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel for even more MBA admissions tips and resources. Best of luck with your applications.